lovely day to be alive and healthy and kicking. And you're welcome to
Girls in the Hood.
My name is Osehise Agbon, and I have guests with me in the studio, and they're going to be introducing themselves.
So my name is Nifemi Onibio. Welcome.
My name is Victoria Oiza Moses. You're welcome.
My name is Sylvia Yusuf. Welcome to the program.
On this edition of Girls in the Hood, we are going to be talking about a very sensitive and critical topic, which is gender-based violence. So basically, I'm going to be giving you the basis, and then my guests to they will delve into the topic more. Gender-based violence refers to any type of harm that is perpetrated against a person or group of people because of their factual or perceived sex, gender, sexual orientation, or identity. That's basically the definition of gender-based violence. And now I'm going to be moving on to the causes of gender-based violence. In the causes, there is cultural factors, legal factors, economic factors, political factors, and so on. They go on and on and on. Where we are going to be focusing on in the program today is on the types of gender-based violence. And from the points that I'm going to be giving to you, they are going to elaborate or delve deeper into it and things like that. Under the types, we have the psychological violence, physical violence, sexual harassment, female genital mutilation, and they go on and on and on and on, but these are the bases and where they are going to be talking about. Moving on to my guests in the studio, what is your view from this on the types of gender-based violences? What are the things you want to pick out or talk about from this?
Well, okay, so I'll go first. You see, this gender-based violence is actually a very broad topic, and just like you were listing out the type, we found out that there are a lot of things that can really influence this gender-based violence. And like you said gender-based violence is an act that is meted out on someone based on the gender they carry. And now the thing about gender-based violence is that it is two ways. It's not just focused on one person alone. It affects both male and both female. And another thing to see is that it's not like we are having a guy against a girl or a girl against a guy. It's a case of even having men against men and women against women. And this is where it all boils down to that cultural factor where we have, especially the cultural factor that we have this female genital mutilation. Now, I heard a story of a girl that in her culture, they believe that every woman has to be cut. That's in their culture, they practice female genital mutilation.
Yes.
And when technology started coming in and, everybody was getting civilized and some people were going outside the states, younger women were no longer doing that. So this is what the community women did. And her mom was also part of it. What they did was to lure the girl from the city down to the village and just say, just come and visit us. We have missed you. This kind of thing now, you establish trust. This is your mom calling you, your aunties. And when she came, she just noticed that late at night when she was sleeping, people just came and pinned her to the ground and then caught her.
That is a lot.
It's really a lot. Now, apart from the pain she is going to face, there is also a sense of betrayal because these were people that she looked up to. It's as painful as being raped, let's be honest. It's just that, because you have somebody that is violating you in the process. So this is something that has to be talked about. It's not just a man against a woman. We also have cases of women against women, which is not supposed to be so. It's always advisable to have people that are even your own gender supporting you and being your protector. So that's just the angle at which I see the whole thing at.
That is a very, very sensitive angle, and the scenario or the story that you gave there was quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So moving on to Victoria, what is your perspective or what do you want to say about this?
In the angle of physical violence, in what I've written down, it's based on inheritance. Inheritance is a grave and deeply rooted issue in many African countries. In some societies, women are denied the legal right to take action or to claim some properties, whereby sometimes in some religion, when a woman converts to another religion, she'll be denied of some properties. Widows, for instance, are vulnerable. After the death of their husband, they often face intense pressure from their husband's family. Maybe the husband's brothers would want to get married to them, and if they refuse, they'll refuse them of the property.
Yes.
Sometimes they might even accuse them of their husband's death. Male relatives might be favored over female heirs, despite legal provision that grant equal inheritance right to both genders. Inheritance laws may be ignored to ensure that women are excluded from receiving their fair share. In Africa, we know that the men has more rights than women. Like some culture, as a woman, if you don't give birth to male children, you stand a risk of not getting the inheritance. The women that don't have male children will be denied of the property, even the daughters too don't have access to their father's property. In some cases, the woman will be forced to take some actions like drinking water from her husband's corpse in order to prove innocence of her husband's death.
It's somehow kind of like trying to weigh how important a child is based on the gender, not based on what the child is even bringing to the table, which is wrong. And it might not be a physical violence against the person. It's an emotional violence, a psychological violence, because this person ends up growing up and feel, oh, so I'm not really important. That mother said my education will end in the kitchen. So I think it's something that's also people should look into, and let's put an end permanently to it.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be judged based on your gender.
Yes. Moving on to Sylvia now. Sylvia, what do you have to say?
So, sociologically, gender-based violence is often associated with women, but men and boys also face gender violence in various contexts. The society focused on women's experience and had led to limited recognition of what the men usually face too. Mostly, let's say with relationship, mostly between a husband and a wife. You might have married a very competitive wife, like she carries a competition with other women in the society and is trying to beat up to their level or more than them. So she might see well, whatever the husband does is not enough. She wants more than enough. Like, let her stand out in the society too. So whatever he tries to bring, he might be coming from work, he'll be really stressed out. It do happens to some men. When they are outside the home, they like find a kind of peaceful, quiet environment for themselves.
Yes.
But whenever they are coming home, they see it like they'll be like, so I'm going to meet this woman again. All these kind of things. Yeah, it's really telling on men. And for the fact that it's more focused on women, they never take it serious to check out how the men are going. But that part, it should be really recognized and reported in the society. The men too should be given an opportunity to like make decisions in their house, because we all believe that men are the head of the home. So that should be properly recognized.
Thank you very much for your views. They are very, very enlightening. Yes. From the female genital mutilation, which is a very, very sensitive and intense one, to the recognition of male, and also to the inheritance aspect, where females are denied what they rightfully are supposed to get because of their gender, and so on. Thank you very much for being part of the show today. Men can be violated, women can also be violated. When you are violated, please do not sit in the dark. Do not be quiet. Please take these cases to the appropriate authority. So I really want to thank everybody in the studio. Nifemi, thank you for coming. Victoria, thank you for coming. And Sylvia, thank you for coming to Girls in the Hood. Thank you for watching
Girls in the Hood.
Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Procyon RTV. Bye.